say this, but it has been quite a while since I've, well, even recorded a video, to be fair. Like, at least 10 days. See what this team is going to be. The reason for that is because I've been really busy with work. For those who don't know, I work in a cinema, and we just had Avengers come out, and it was really, really busy. And also my girlfriend came down to stay for 10 days, so I literally haven't recorded a video in that like 10-day period. So I'm eager to kind of jump back in, but also I need to jump back in because I'm recording this on the Friday night. It's about 11:30 in the evening, and I don't have a video for the Sunday, which is rare for me. Like, usually there's a little bit of a backlog going on, but actually I used up all my backlog. I had like a 2-week backlog and I used it all up. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to playing some football. I'm probably going to be really bad, like, because I haven't played in so long. I haven't really even played that many video games in so long, to be fair. But I guess at least on the one hand, you're getting a video which is fairly close to oh, that was actually pretty close. You're getting a video that is at least fairly close to the day of it going up, so maybe quite a bit of what I say will actually be fairly relevant. Because we just had Man United play Brighton in the league. Obviously we've got this on Friday night, so I don't know the Saturday results, but Brighton managed to beat Man United. I've got to say it, like, Man United are shambles. I'm sorry if you're a Man United fan, but I think you'd probably agree that they are just they've had a weird season where it's like, yeah, you're second, but you've kind of been shocking. Like, it's such a weird one because you think like Tottenham and Liverpool seem to play so much better football than Man United. Man United have got more points than them in the league. It's such a weird season for Man United. I mean, they could still end up winning the FA Cup, and you know, might end up not being a terrible season or whatever. But it's that thing where you feel like they're just not going to get any better than what they are now. If anything, they might get worse. Oh God, where's that gone? And I mean, I work with somebody who's a big Man United fan, and he's a big kind of like fan of Mourinho. I think even he's getting a little bit like fed up almost with Mourinho's kind of attitude towards things. But I've always said about like Jose Mourinho is that I don't think he's a big club manager, and I say that in terms of I think he works best when he's got this underdog mentality. Oh, what a ball. Oh my God, a shame he couldn't quite turn it down because that was a ball. Yeah, I think it works better when he's got this underdog mentality, a la Porto or Inter Milan or even Chelsea to begin with. It's when he's expected to go to a big club like Real Madrid or Man United where I think he doesn't quite handle the pressure as well as he would probably make you think. And he starts to unravel a little bit, certainly when results don't go his way. And I feel like the pressure he's getting once again from Guardiola, I say once again because obviously when he was at Real, Guardiola was on his prime almost at Barcelona, and you know, it was a real battle there. And yeah, I don't feel like he copes well with that as such. People talk about his deflection tactics and stuff like that, but like there comes a point where you stop believing that it's a deflection tactic and it's just the kind of like almost unravelling of his mental health, you know. But I don't generally believe he's a bad manager that people say. I think he's got his way of playing, and that way of playing generally involves a very defensive approach in terms of a very kind of solid team. It's not a team set out to win 4 or 5-0, it's a team set out to win, or should I say like 4 or 5-2 or 4-3 or something. It's a team designed to win 1 or 2-0, you know, and there's a place for that, absolutely. You know, you see Burnley, doing so well this season with that kind of mentality, and you kind of realise though it's more the underdogs, like the fans of Man United are not going to put up with that. They've had, like, for a lot of them, like decades of Alex Ferguson almost, playing great football and with fantastic players, and then they had Moyes, who obviously did not do quite so well, and then the, I guess, stagnant possession football of Louis van Gaal, and I kind of think like Man United definitely when they appointed Mourinho was a mistake, because it's just his mentality is not going to suit the club. Man United kind of want to be what Man City did this season, which is, have a team which entertains and wins, and dominates. That's their ambition. I know that you might say, well, that's the ambition of any club, but more so like Man United, because they've got the, potential to do that. They've got the monetary, ability to compete with Man City, and they've spent a lot of money. As much as Mourinho might disagree, they've spent a lot of money, and unlucky. And as a result, they're obviously kind of underachieving. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if he is still manager there next season. I kind of feel like he will be, but I don't know if he'll make it to the end of the season, if that makes sense. It's usually around his third season that he starts to unravel, shall we say, mentally. So we'll see. That's in. Told you. Once you get that little, ability to just sneak past it, that's in. It's good football, I think. See, like there. Oh, what a finish though. Abraham's doing a good job, I think, up front for us, definitely. But obviously, fair play to Brighton as well. They pretty much assured, I think, their Premiership survival. They're on 40 points. I cannot for the life of me see them going down. I think possibly mathematically it's still possible with goal difference and stuff like that, but let's face it, Southampton's not going to get win the rest of their games this season or whatever. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, we'll see. But I think they're proper safe. I don't know if it's mathematically. I think somebody said it was mathematically. Then I was listening to the radio, and they said that it wasn't. So I don't know, but it was TalkSport radio, and they do chat a lot of shit on there. So we have to wait and see. I don't know if the non-English viewers are aware of TalkSport radio. It's a radio station in the UK. I guess it's actually pretty similar to radio stations you have in America, which talk about sport. So the only thing it does is it talks about sport. It doesn't play music at all. It has adverts, but basically the entire show is devoted to sports, and generally I'd say 90% of it is football. They do live commentaries of football and stuff like that as well, so it's not just opinions, and they generally have quite, shall we say, opinionated people on. So they have phone-ins from people and stuff like that, as well as speaking to reporters and things like that as well about stuff, and they do they do chat shit a lot of times. They really do, but it can be pretty entertaining. I guess it depends which kind of presenters you get. There's some I like, some I don't like. I won't really go through the ones I like or don't like, but it's interesting because I feel like in perhaps America you have a lot of those types of channels, but really they're the only ones who do that. We have BBC 5 Live, but they don't always talk about football. They talk about current affairs as well, or don't always talk about sport, and they do a much wider variety of sport, because for those who don't know, the BBC is funded uniquely, I think, by this thing called a TV licence, which people in the UK have to pay. money goes to the BBC and they spend it, so they don't have adverts, they don't adhere to advertisers, so they're kind of freer to do what they want, but they are kind of like, well, let's just say they split opinion at the BBC. Oh, that's a poor mistake from Courtois. That is really poor. That's Abraham's second. You don't miss those. So this is the Carabao Cup semi-final, I think, potentially, or just the Carabao Cup. Yeah, let's bring Schlupp on. I want to make some subs probably now, to be fair. Rest some people for the next game. I don't really need to rest Van Ginkel. Orban, yeah. Let's rest him. I guess I could bring on, like, Loftus-Cheek, see how he does. But yeah, and also, like, I think Crystal Palace in the league are pretty fairly assured of safety as well. And as a Crystal Palace fan, obviously, as I've been playing 3 seasons of them on FIFA, I'm pretty delighted with that. Considering our start to the season and everything that went on, I'm obviously kind of like bitterly disappointed that the whole kind of like supposed revolution with some lovely ball. Oh, that's a lovely goal too. The whole revolution with Frank de Boer didn't really come about, but the Premier League is absolutely ruthless. Like, you cannot afford to have any time to kind of build like that, and I think it was naivety from both Crystal Palace and from probably Frank de Boer to think that you could just change the style of football this team plays in, you know, in one pre-season. Like, even Guardiola didn't, you know, last season Man City were a bit naff. You know, it took a while for him to get his philosophy over, and it was kind of like they managed to do okay last season, although pretty badly, but okay. Generally just because they have very good players, I think, whereas Crystal Palace don't have that good of players, although I still believe they have a top 10 squad. Oh, it's unlucky, Loftus. Yeah, I believe Palace have a top 10 squad, but you know, you can't afford it so tight in that kind of like mid-table area that if you just have, you know, you just can't afford to do it. It's a shame. You know, financially, Palace weren't in a position where they can replace, you know, all the players they want to with, you know, the type of players and quality needed to have that kind of more dynamic passing possession-based team that Frank de Boer obviously wanted to bring in. That's a great goal. I can't even argue with that. Yeah, that's a great goal. Kante, he doesn't score many goals, does he? I'll celebrate with the manager, that's nice. Something tells me that in the 2019-20 season that this is, Antonio Conte won't be there. Something tells me that. I can look at that again because that was just a great goal. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see next season, like what comes about. It's going to be very interesting. We're going to have some very good teams coming up. I think Wolverhampton Wanderers are the only assured team so far that we know are coming up, and they are a fantastic team. So, yeah, we'll see how that works out for them. But I think they're going to be very strong. We've obviously got the promoted teams this season who are going to be there, and whichever teams go down, and my guess at the minute is it's going to be the bottom 3 who are there. Possibly Huddersfield, if one of them goes on a good run, either Stoke or Southampton. Because Huddersfield have a really tough run in. Shit. Did you see the bobble on that? The spin? Oh shit. Don't let Kante shoot. Don't let him shoot. Don't. Fuck. It's all falling apart. Okay, we're alright. to get some possession on the ball here because we're just giving it away. Right, that's better. Get down to Schürrle. Nice. That's it, down to Odegaard. Oh god, that was not a good pass. Oh, I thought we were going to nick it off him then. Oh, that was horrendously bad. How is that not out? Jesus Christ. This match opened up in the last sort of 10 minutes or so, didn't it? Oh man. It was Chelsea's fight, you know, in the first. Nice. Oh, oh, Jesus. Oh my god, how did that not go in? How did that not go in? I don't know. That was Abraham's hat trick there. Would have done well with that, I think. Oh, that's a bad ball. Martinez, this is one criticism I've got of him, is that his passing is absolute trash. I probably need to get a new right back, you know. I don't think Perez is quite cutting it anymore. I think he's certainly my lowest rated player in the squad. I like him as a player, like he's very versatile, very good, but that's a good win to be fair. But he's probably somebody I need to look to replace. I'll tell you actually the other bit of interesting news that's come about. Okay, so we beat Chelsea, Tottenham beat Man City, Liverpool beat Southampton, and West Ham beat Oldham. Okay, that seems about standard, I guess. And we actually have to play Chelsea in the league now. It's funny how that sort of stuff comes about, isn't it? Chelsea are where in the league? 9th. We're actually like doing really well in the league, to be fair. Do I want to risk anybody, or I might put Bailey back in for Schürrle. I might drop Decor and put in Milosevic, and I might rest Odegaard and put in Alajovic. Yeah, that'll do. We've got Adams I can bring on probably for Martinez, I think. And let's do that. So yeah, I was saying, like, a bit of news that was announced today on Friday is Steven Gerrard taking over at Rangers. And what an interesting appointment that is. That appointment, let me tell you, that is going to go one of two ways. Either absolutely brilliantly or terribly. Like, there is going to be no in between there. Getting all the oh shit. I feel like oh god, what the hell was that Van Ginkel? Okay, it started off well. Oh, that's a great hit. Hit on the bottom, look at that B. I never usually do the drills, do I? Anyway, Steven Gerrard going to Rangers as manager. Very, very interesting. It's either going to go well, it's going to go terribly badly. Rangers, I mean, for those who don't know the history there, Glasgow Rangers used to be a really massive club. They were dominating for many years in the Scottish Premier League, alongside Celtic, to be fair. Celtic had their years, Rangers had their years, and that was the big rivalry. It was always one of those two teams, and people used to kind of like always hypothetically talk about whether those teams would survive in the Premier League, and you know, they'd often duke it out for the oh, I like it. Good stop, to be fair, good tackle. They'd often duke it out for the Champions League, because I think, at least back then, and I'm pretty sure it's still now, the Scottish League only gives you one place in the Champions League. But very, very well supported teams. Obviously there's a big kind of religious significance to both the teams, which I'm not going to go into, but you know, there's shall we say, it's been talked about that it's more than just football, shall we say, between those two teams. But Yeah, there's a big rivalry there between the two teams. Oh, damn. And then disaster happened, I guess, for Rangers. They were mismanaged and misowned, I guess, and they basically ceased to exist almost as a club. And as a result of them kind of like having to basically I think it was complicated. It wasn't like administration, but it was basically they had to create like a new club, still called like Rangers, or a new company that owned it or whatever. And as a result, they got relegated to the lowest league in Scotland. This is a club who regularly has like crowds of like 50,000. You know, has over the years had players such as Paul Gascoigne play there, Brian Laudrup, Ronald De Boer, like big teams who you know have not won in the. Is he off? No, he's not off. Who is he anyway? I don't even know who he is. Oh, Nathan Chalaba, or his brother. I don't know which one. No, that's never going in. I didn't realise it was Willie Orban. I wouldn't bother shooting otherwise. Yeah, so in Scotland you have the Premier League, then you have the Championship, then you have two divisions below that, and that's where Rangers ended up. I think they got promotion nearly every season. Oh, lucky. Perhaps they spent an extra season in the Championship, I think, something like that. And they managed to make their way up, but but certainly financially, and you know they are not up there with Celtic anymore, because of I guess all their years. And I mean they weren't like. The thing is about Celtic and Rangers is like they weren't necessarily like that rich clubs, because the Scottish League doesn't really give you a lot of money, TV money wise, you know, like the Premier League in England does. They got their money from like Europe, I guess, and in that time Celtic have won the league every season basically, and as a result they've been the ones getting into Europe, and as a result they've built up the cash reserves, and as a result they can afford much better players than Rangers. And yeah, so they're not like this season. I think they're second behind Celtic, but they're quite a way behind. Celtic have already won the league, and are probably going to do a treble for like the second year in a row. You know, so they're going to win the Scottish FA Cup, the Scottish League Cup, and the Scottish League for the second year in a row. All three trophies. So you can see the dominance of like Celtic, and Celtic are managed by Brendan Rodgers, who is actually one of Stephen Gerrard's ex-managers at Liverpool, funnily enough, and people would say that Stephen Gerrard has a bit of a grudge against Brendan Rodgers for certain decisions that were made at that time. It'd be interesting to know, Brendan Rodgers is kind of like one of the favourites for the Arsenal job at the end of the season. I don't particularly see that happening. Oh, that's unlucky. Yeah, I don't particularly see that happening personally. I think he'll still be at Celtic next year, but we'll see. I think it's like, because of how good Celtic are, the financial power they have against other Scottish teams. Like, so they don't have financial power compared to, like, say, a Premier League team. They probably have the financial power of a Championship team, but whenever all the other teams around you have the financial power of, like, you know, a conference club, it's, you know, it's not hard to dominate, shall we say. And, you know, Celtic have that because of the Champions League. They regularly get like 60,000 crowds, you know, week in, week out, and they just win everything, basically. So they've just been allowed to dominate, I guess. At least when there was Rangers there, it was a little bit interesting. And because of the way the Scottish League works as well, there's less teams in there, so they play each other 4 times over the season. So you get what was called the Old Firm Derby, which is the Rangers-Celtic derby, and you would get that 4 times a season, which would always be an interesting game to watch. But I feel like Celtic are a worse team for not having for not having Rangers up there, because they haven't really had to, do much. They've just bought some good players and played well. I'm not saying that Brendan Rodgers has done a bad job there. Clearly, if you're going to be on to win the treble for the second season in a row, you're not a bad manager. But I don't think it's the mark of the manager to do well at Celtic in the circumstances that they have. So, we'll see anyway. I don't watch a huge amount of Scottish football, so I couldn't honestly tell you if Celtic play, really good football or whatever, but I know they're certainly absolutely dominating the league without really having to try. It's kind of a Paris Saint-Germain situation, actually, to be fair. Oh, Martinez is through. Oh, why did I do that? I saw Abraham down there. I thought, that's an easy tap in. I should have just shot. Okay, now at half time. Might take off Martinez, actually, give him a rest. Actually, he's alright still. Let's give him another 10 minutes or so. Yeah, so we have Steven Gerrard going in there, who clearly is a big name, and I think they'll be hoping that he can attract some big players. I don't necessarily think he's going to have a lot of money, but if he can get some good free transfers or something like that, or loan players potentially from like Liverpool. He's been the under-18s coach at Liverpool, I think, so there's clearly going to be a connection there. I could see a few like youngsters going on loan to Rangers next season. If he can do that, and if he can start to challenge Celtic, I think he'll have done a good job. I don't know, like it would take a really big job to beat Celtic, I think, just because they have this dominance about them, and especially if Rodgers stays on, because they'll just have that consistency. But it will certainly make the Scottish League more interesting next season, shall we say. Let's bring him off Abraham then. Why not? I know I said I was going to take off Martinez, but YOLO, as they say. Ugh. Nice. Oh, what? That is a shocking touch. That's a good tackle though. Damn. Perez, I'm disappointed in that touch. Anybody see that Bayern Munich goalkeeper's error in the Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid? Oh my goodness, I feel so bad for goalkeepers who do something like that, because like you're going to end up, like everyone's going to remember it, and especially in that situation, which is the semi-final, and I think Bayern, if they hadn't have conceded there, probably would have gone through. They looked like the better team for sure. I should have carried on. I can't believe I haven't managed to score yet. I've dominated this match. Shit. Perez is getting exposed down here, isn't he? Okay, that's just a bad finish. Was that Morata? Because that about sums up Morata's season, I think. Who the fuck is Maddox? No idea. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing how Steven Gerrard gets on. I like Steven Gerrard. He often comes across as quite a boring guy, I think. He did it his time at Liverpool, but I admire any footballer who in a modern day, is a one-club man, and Steven Gerrard was a one-club man. So, you have to give someone credit for that. He had his chances to go to clubs where he probably would have won a lot more. He did win some things at Liverpool. He lifted the Champions League, but he never won the league. I always think that. Oh, that's a terrible finish. I always think that really is probably a big regret in Gerrard, especially that season with the slip at Stamford Bridge, was it, I think. That was a rough one. But the guy was captained 114 times by England. It was clearly probably one of England's best midfielders. massive achievement. And he should feel, you know. Oh my god, Adams. What are you playing at today? Get your boots on. Get your scoring boots on. Someone change his boots over. No, we didn't want to do that with Liovich. I think I might take him on. Get a bit of speed up that right hand side. I didn't really want to bring on Odegaard actually. Let's take off Van Ginkel and bring on Loftus-Cheek. There we go. So yeah, I hope he does well there, and I'd like to see Rangers get back into challenging Celtic in that league, because that's good for Scottish football. It's not good to just have one team dominate every season. It's not going to help anyone. But whether Steven Gerrard is the guy who's going to be able to do that on such a tight budget in his first ever managerial job, I mean, it's a big ask. He's going to have, I think, Gary McAllister as his assistant, who played with him at Liverpool and has managed before, so he's got some experience, I think, there, which could prove vital. Yeah, I think he's going to have a lot of goodwill from the fans because he's a big name. Maybe there's an argument to say that, like, a lot of Rangers fans might prefer a Scottish manager in charge. I don't know. I guess it's indicative of the current, wave of. Shit! I was trying to just sneak that through. Indicative of modern football, I guess, that like the top two teams don't have Scottish managers. The Premier League. Where's the English manager going to? The highest finish an English manager's going to have this season is going to be probably 7th with Burnley, which is actually a magnificent achievement for Sean Dyche. But you get what I'm saying. I don't think an Englishman's won the Premier League in quite some time, if ever. I don't think an Englishman, I know, like, obviously a British person, as in Ferguson or someone like that, has. Oh, fuck's sake. Just can't get that final ball through, can I? Or the finish. We have actually got the final ball through a couple of times, but unlike Jay Adams normally, he has fucked up the finish. I definitely think it's me that time, and I'm the one pressing the buttons, but I don't feel like I screwed it up, actually. I did what I needed to do, it just went flying over. I'll probably watch it back and think differently. I feel like they're pushing forward, I'm pushing forward. God. Have you noticed they don't have Courtois in goal and they're doing better? Jesus Christ. I think Courtois really done very badly this season for Chelsea. People were saying that he was like the fuck, how did he not get that? People were saying he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world, but he has not shown that this season at all. That is a stone cold foul. Absolute foul. Oh. Wait, did they get a red card from that? Yeah, they did. Shit, I didn't even see that. And we can end up drawing this game after I just fucking beat their probably A team in the Carabao Cup. God damn it. We did. Drew. I gotta say that's a disappointing one, but we just couldn't shoot on target. That says it all, doesn't it, really? Couldn't get a shot on target. Okay, who's going to be moaning? We're not on track. We are first in the league. Oh, okay, thanking, cool, because he got a yellow. He's suspended for one match. No problems. Who are we going to be playing next? Oh, Paris Saint-Germain. This is the revenge match for us. And Scotland want us to be international manager. Oh, we've not heard back, so yeah, well, right. I need to play my strongest team, really. I think I'm gonna play Odegaard on the right. Put him on the bench. I put Walcott on the bench for Schlupp. Put Decor in for Milicevic. She's gonna try Donser in midfield there, I think. Give him a game. Bailey on the left. Can bring on Sherlock. Got Adams. Yeah, I think that's probably as good as we're gonna get. Really want to beat PSG. We need some revenge. We need that top spot in the league. You know. I mean, we're going through. Don't get me wrong, but it'd be nice to get through. They haven't. They've won every single game they've played, so. We've obviously won every single game but one. I don't know if we can go through. I guess we might have to score some. They scored quite a few goals. Well, actually, they only beat us by 1-0, didn't they? So if we can get a 2-0 win, I think we might go above them. We're at home. We're at Fortress Selhurst. I like this ball. Look how defensive they are already. Fuck. Donza, don't let me down, buddy. And also, I guess the biggest story actually that I probably haven't hit on that much is Arsene Wenger leaving Arsenal, which I guess some people might say was expected, but like it's still kind of a bit of a shock. The guy's been at the club for 22 years. Whatever you think of his achievements in the last few years, and I'm certainly on the camp that it's time for him to go. Probably a couple of seasons ago, and he's hung on a bit too long. You know, that is an achievement which, look at this long ball that we actually got to. Oh, that's a good tackle though. Very good tackle. I don't know who that guy is, but that was a great tackle. Oh, what a fucking header. I've been unlucky on those corners. I don't know who that is. Christian Eriksen, okay. Should be beating him in the air, to be fair. Did not known for his aerial prowess. Didn't see the guy behind. Must admit. Okay, well, better to be safe than sorry. Oh, I think that was our guy who did that. Yeah, and it's going to be very interesting as to who the next Arsenal manager is going to be, how much money they're going to have to spend, etc, etc. I'm going to be very intrigued by that because, you know, in some ways, when a manager who has been around for so long like that and been so consistent. Oh, Perez, your fucking touch is deserting you. I'll tell you who's got a touch in football. Marcelo of Real Madrid. My God, that guy is control of football. Oh, Jesus Christ. I saw some stuff in the Champions League in those 2 legs against Bayern Munich. That's just like unbelievable, you know. What is it about Brazilians and just having the ability to just control a football like it's nothing? Incredible. But yeah, it'd be interesting as to who the Arsenal manager is. If I was if I genuinely was like the Arsenal board, I would go with someone like Diego Simeone. I think, and just build a team around that guy, because I think he knows how to win, and that competitiveness that Arsenal have missed. They're not going to play pretty football like Arsene Wenger tries to get them to play, but I don't think that they. Oh, I wondered where that ball was going. But you know, I don't think it would. Like, I think Atletico Madrid played nice football. Sometimes they can play brutal football sometimes, but I think Arsenal fans would actually quite enjoy that. To be fair, that kind of change, because for so long they've played pretty football, but just been spineless. I think, and you know, to have that kind of change in mentality, hopefully, might actually kind of work out pretty well. But it won't ever happen because I don't think Arsenal's nature of Simeone. Like, he is a bit of a beast, you know, and I just think they would go with somebody who's going to play a bit nicer football and is probably a bit more media friendly, a bit more media savvy. And also, people are suggesting that Arsenal are not financially in, like, up there with a lot of the biggest teams, and that perhaps they would try to avoid having to pay out a hefty, you know, compensation sum for any manager that they wanted. So there's been a few names going around. Brendan Rodgers is one. I think that would personally be a mistake. I don't think Brendan Rodgers is a bad manager, but I don't think he's realistically going to be the guy to, you know, take this project on to the next level, to get you know, a consistent kind of like team, you know, playing good football, and also be, you know, sort out that defence. There've been talk of like ex-players, so either Patrick Vieira, who's managing in America, or Thierry Henry. Again, I think it would be a bit of a mistake. I think they need somebody who's got a bit more experience to fucking cunts PSG to sort the team out. Neymar, yeah, well, yeah, somebody gonna take on, you know, that kind of mantle, a bit more of a tactician, shall we say. I think, like, weirdly, I think like Conte would do well there. Again, perhaps not the style of play that Arsenal want, but where's that style of play got them in the last few years? Because all I see is miserable fans come out of the Emirates every year. Oh, damn it. For some reason I thought David Luiz was like playing in goal, because this Paris Saint-Germain kit does look like a goalkeeper's kit, doesn't it? So that was a ultimate insult that I hadn't managed to score with David Luiz in goal. Oh, he says as he makes a potentially goal-saving tackle. Okay. That's not a good pass. Donser, you let me down, buddy. This is the big leagues now. We're playing against Paris Saint-Germain. If we're going to win the Champions League, you know, we've got to win these games. I mean, at least we haven't had someone sent off, to be fair. I think that was Donser last time he got sent off, wasn't it? Or was it Decor? I can't remember. It might have been Decor. It began with a D, and it was a midfielder. So I'm going to guess it's one of them. Okay. Take off Donser, bring on... I'm going to bring on Milosevic. I'm going to take off Bailey and bring on Schürrle. See how that does. Yeah, so I think other people have been saying like Allegri at Juventus, but I don't see why he would want to leave Juventus to go to Arsenal. I guess the money of the Premier League is a law, but I don't think he gets paid badly at Juventus, and they probably spend more money than Arsenal, and are probably a richer club than Arsenal. I guess just maybe a personal challenge, you know, potentially, but I don't know. I think they've talked about other Italian managers as well, Sarri potentially, and guys like that. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I always said that like the guy who would have been the perfect fit for them was Jurgen Klopp. I still genuinely believe that, but it's not going to happen that he's going to leave Liverpool, is he? Like, it's just not going to happen. So they missed that boat. They should have taken it when he left. There's talk of Thomas Tuchel from Bayern, who the ex Borussia Dortmund manager, but apparently he fell out badly with the head of recruitment at Borussia Dortmund, who then took on the job at Arsenal as like head of recruitment. So it seems unlikely that that would happen, unless, you know, maybe they kind of worked it out fine. Fucking hell, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. Would did that do? Just come out? Yeah, it was going wide, and my player stopped it, and it went straight to their player. Not a lot I can do about that, to be fair. We are getting battered here by Paris Saint-Germain, to be fair. It's going to be a tough ride in the Champions League this season. I mean, we're through, don't get me wrong, but I actually wanted to pass that across the field. Go slightly more tacky. I think we're going to try and push this. We can still bring this back. There's time. I just run out of space sometimes. Who the hell's this guy? Christian Eriksen, okay. Looks like Prince William, especially with his big bald spot. Just, I feel like today our passing's been very, very poor. Come on, Perez. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. We're hitting that post in the first half, you know, we've been unlucky that second goal. But, you know, if you look at this from a two-leg point of view, we ballsed up the first leg, getting a player sent off, and we haven't done much to redeem ourselves in this. And we're at home here, by the way, so whoa, that ball flew, didn't it? So yeah, I guess like plenty to talk about still in the league, and I mean, the Premier League's obviously won by Man City, deservedly so. They've easily been the best team in the league. Fuck, there was not a lot I could do there. Fuck, I can't get the ball. Jesus Christ, I just cannot get the ball. Thanks. Right. Okay. Oh, it's so easy for them. So easy. I don't know why. We just played really badly this game. I just feel like our passing's been terrible. I feel like we've just been really slow as well. Maybe just because we're playing against like some really good players, but then again we play against good teams in the Premier League and can make them look, you know, average. So yes, 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 yes. Okay, come on, get that ball, let's go. A little bit fortunate there, but Schürrle was in a good place at the right time. Let's bring on Adams. I know he hasn't had the best record, but let's bring him on. He didn't have the best game last game, but he's fresh, he's fast. Damn it. We've got 10 minutes to get a goal here. Don't get me wrong, we wouldn't get top of the fucking ref on. We wouldn't win the game, or we wouldn't top the group, but I think from a psychological point of view that would be good. Because if we want to get further in the Champions League, which we do, we're going to have to beat teams like Paris Saint-Germain. Oh, fuck's sake. Holy God, that was your fucking chance. Schürrle! Get in. Get in. What a comeback. Come on. Thought I 79 88th in it. Get in. And to be fair, their second goal was a bit like, I mean, they did actually hit the post several times, so can't argue too much. Oh, Adams. Oh! Come on. Oh! That's so close. So close. I think that's it though, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. Hey, I'm happy with the comeback there. That was really good. Yeah. They only had 2 shots on target, by the way. We'll come second in the group, but there's probably no shame in that, really. So, yeah. Prize money, 18.5 million. Wow, that's actually a lot of money. The transfer budget still seems to be 0, considering we've made a profit of 46 million. Seems a little bit harsh, doesn't it? Although maybe that's something to do with my wage budget, so can I can't really do much, can I? What is my wage budget? Starting weekly budget 100,000. Weekly wage budget 235,000. Current weekly wages 1.3 million. Okay. Hang on. Starting budget was 52 million. We purchased 129 million pounds worth of players. Doesn't seem right. Does that seem right? Okay, well, anyway. There we go. So, back to the league. We're going to be playing Stoke, who are actually 6th. We're still 7 points clear at the top, which is good. So we did alright there. Really good goal difference, obviously. But I guess we'll have to wait and see who we're going to play in the Champions League next. I don't know if they've already done the draw. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like it, does it? What's that? The Carabao. We're going to play Liverpool in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Oh shit. It's going to be Real Madrid. Oh, that'll be interesting. We don't have that till February 2020, but that's something to look forward to, guys, isn't it? But anyway, till next time, thank you so much for watching. As always, my pleasure, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.